Hello, and welcome to the University of Georgia's Cobb County Cooperative Extension Office. We're having our annual holiday extravaganza. This is the Holiday on a Budget. We hope that you'll join us and enjoy what we have prepared for you today. Later on in the show, we'll have Miss Leah Wilson. She's going to be doing crafting on a budget for the holidays. So we have a lot of things here that we want to show you today, so let's go ahead and get started. First of all, to create this table, it took very short amount of time. Actually, I did everything in less than 2 hours. So the way we started this was we started with getting our table ready, and what we used was just basically a 6-foot table. It's a simple table, folding table. You can use whatever kind of table you like. It can be a dining room table. You can use a kitchen table, and if you don't have any of that, you can also use a folding table. So make sure you decide what kind of table you're going to be using when you get ready to do this. So to create our tiers, it was very simple. You can do this using books. You can use it. You can do this using pots. You can do this using also the shoe boxes, and shoe boxes are very easy. I use the plastic shoe boxes, not the paper one, because the paper ones would probably most likely go ahead and break down on you if you have something very heavy here. So what we want to do is show you how we created this. So basically the tablecloth was not on, and we took our boxes, put one here, and one here. And then this is also a box. So we have 4 boxes because we knew that we would have 4 main dishes. So you want to put as many boxes or pots. You can use stock pots, turn them upside down. That's what this one is, a stock pot. This is our tallest one. So you basically turn them upside down and decide how many dishes you're going to have and what you want to put out here and how you want it to look. So we have 4 here. You can do less if you want to. We did this making the tiers simply because it gives you some eye movement from the table instead of having it just flat. Your eyes can move around and see everything that's here. So what we're going to show you now is what we created on a budget, which was very simple. The whole point of this is to be able to fix a meal that is quick, that you don't have to spend 2 or 3 days doing. Like I said, all of this was created in less than 2 hours, that including decorating, cooking, and setting everything up. So to cook what we have, we made sure that it was very easy for you to do as well as cost effective. So let's start with what we have first. First, we have a ham. This could be a ham, this could be turkey, it could be whatever you want. But unless you're vegan, you'll have one dish that is your main meat dish. And we took spiralized ham, and this is actually a very small spiralized ham. It's not a huge one. It's in a package, and we just unfolded that, put that on a tray, and it's that simple. That cost us about $5, and that's more than enough ham to serve at least 3 people. So depending on how many people you're going to have coming to your holiday dinner, you can decide how much you need to cook. But this what we have here will easily serve 3 people, maybe even 4. So we have our ham. Next we have our green beans, and the green beans were simply green beans that were frozen, and we took the pack and we put it in the microwave, cooked it in the package, took it out, and I basically made a sauce for this. And the sauce I made was with soy sauce, a little bit of honey, and garlic, as well as just a little bit of sesame oil. So after we cooked our green beans in the microwave in the pack, I made just a sauce on top of the stove, and I kind of took the green beans and put them straight so that they look really pretty, their appearance is, and then we poured our sauce over our green beans. It's that simple. So that took about 10 minutes to do. And then on to our potatoes. The potatoes are actually very simple. You can purchase them in a package already ready to go to be microwaved. You don't even have to boil these, but it's just as simple to boil them if you want to, but they come with a seasoning packet ready to go, and I purchased this at one of our local grocery stores, and you can basically find it anywhere. So these are basically parsley potatoes, easy to cook with butter, and added some herbs to it. And if you want to make these in the microwave, you can make them in the oven, you can boil them. Boiling them is to me the easiest way to do it. And then you boil them, pour the water off, actually add some butter, and then add your herbs. Now if you have fresh herbs, that's much better. It's going to give you a much better taste, but if you don't have the fresh herbs, the dried herbs will be fine. Okay, so moving on to our next thing, we have rolls, and these are basically Parker House dinner rolls. They're very famous. They've been around for a long time. You can now purchase these frozen. I used to make them myself from scratch. I used to use my grandmother's recipe, but I don't see the necessity to use the recipe anymore simply because these taste just as well. And you can buy them frozen at your local grocery store as well. You can add a little butter to them, a little garlic if you want to. We just left them plain. And with the ham, you can actually make a biscuit with that, put the ham in that, or just serve it on the side. Okay, very easy to do. And then we also have our sweet potato pies, and some people ask, what is the purple thing? Well, that's actually a purple sweet potato. And all we did was to bake the sweet potatoes in the oven, just put them in there, let them bake. We peeled them ahead of time. This was made at least 2 days ahead of time, not the actual dish, but just cooking the sweet potatoes off in the oven. And then I peeled them, put them in the refrigerator, mashed them. Before I put them in the refrigerator, mashed them, added a little bit of sweetened condensed milk, a little bit of vanilla extract, and that's about it. And what we have here are graham cracker crusts, so that you don't have to cook these. You just purchase your graham cracker crust, and there are 6 in a pack like that. You can also put this in a large graham cracker crust if you want to make an individual pie, but I mean a large pie, but I thought the small individual ones would be really nice. And so we used the purple sweet potatoes as well as the orange sweet potatoes. And all I've added on top of these is just some pecans that are praline pecans. They came in the can, and we just simply added that to it. Now, if you don't like the pecans, you don't have to use the pecans. You can also crush these up. I didn't have time to crush them up, but if you want to crush them up and create like a sprinkle topping on top, that would be good as well, okay? And then moving on down here, what we have here are what we call ambrosia cups. And ambrosia is a very old dish. I remember growing up as a little girl, my grandmother would always make these for the holidays, especially Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's. And ambrosia is such a simple dish. It's 2 ingredients, basically. You can add more, and over the years, people have added more to this dish, but basically, it is coconut and oranges. Now, we've taken a shortcut today. We've used mandarin oranges that were in the can, and we've used flake coconuts. My grandmother would not use flake coconut. She would have taken the real coconut and grated the coconut so you have a very fresh coconut taste, and she would have also taken the oranges and peeled the oranges and cut them up. But once again, we're taking a shortcut here. We're using sweetened coconut that's in the package, and we're using oranges that were already sectioned out so we don't have to worry about sectioning them out, and we've added some cherries to that on top. Now, if you want to add the cherries, you can. If not, you can leave those out. And for presentation purposes, what we decided to do here was once again use the wine glasses. And as you can see, we have an array of wine glasses. We have them in different sizes, different heights, as well as these 2 are martini glasses. And I really think that the martini glasses add a really nice touch to it. I wish I'd had all martini glasses, but I didn't, so that's fine. So with the cherries on top, you can also add other ingredients to your ambrosia. You can add marshmallows, which is very popular these days, people do. You can also add pecans. And if you add the pecans, I would not use the praline pecans because it adds another level of sweetness. What I would do is just add regular toasted pecans to that as opposed to the praline ones. I think they'll taste better. Once again, if you want to add the marshmallows to that, you can add marshmallows as well. You can also add pineapples. I also had a few tidbits of pineapple. I think you can use crushed pineapples as well. I wouldn't use a very large one because the main dish is really highlighting the oranges, because oranges generally in the South come into play and get really ripe from Florida around November. So to have fresh oranges in this dish is what you really want to do. But once again, for purpose of saving time, we added the canned oranges. Okay, and so this is really easy to do. It's nothing to this. And so what I want you to think about is a theme for your table, whatever you want to do to make this happen. We also have our white plates here, and they're square. All of these things were very inexpensive, so I'm not asking you to go out and purchase a whole lot of new things to have a holiday dinner. The white plates there, which are really beautiful to me, actually came from the Dollar Tree store. So we paid actually $1 per plate for those, as well as these clear plates here. They too came from the Dollar Tree, $1 a piece for the plates. And here's one of these white plates over here. We're using this one to actually put our bread on, so you can use these square, and I really like the shape of these plates. If you look at them, they have a square shape instead of a round, and I think the square shape of that really adds a little elegance to your table. So if you can get these, and if you want to, try and stick with the theme color. If you want to do all clear, do all clear. I've been shabby chic, and I'm adding everything here to it, all different shapes and sizes. But if you want to go with a theme, say you want to go with a white theme, so all of your plates and everything you're using here is white. An easy way to do that will go with the clear, because we will most people will have clear glasses, and you can purchase these simple clear plates. And the thing with the clear plates is that they always add a touch of elegance to whatever you're using, because it's clear and it shows what you have on there really nicely. But I really like the white ones as well. So if you want to go with the white, go ahead and go with the white. But if you want to go with the clear, try and stick with the same theme as you can, if you can. Also, you see here, we've used our platter here, and that platter is a Christmas platter. It has a snowman on there. So we've used our platters too. And most of the time, we will have some of these things at home. Sometimes we get them for gifts. What I do is, at the end of the Christmas season, previous year, I'll go and purchase some things, so I'll have things for the next year. This ribbon, as beautiful as that ribbon is, it can be a little bit expensive. So if you go ahead and purchase that ribbon, after Christmas, you'll have that available, not only to decorate with, but to also use to make other things. So it has a lot of different purposes. And this isn't just a Christmas ribbon. You can use it for other things as well. And once again, our wine glasses. Wine glasses serve double duty. Now, what we have here are simple little tea lights, and we've put the tea lights on top, and we've also put the tea lights underneath. So you can turn your glass upside down and put it in there. You could also flip this glass up if you wanted to and put it inside. It really doesn't matter how you do it. And if you want to add some more candles in here, you could add actually some tapered candles that are tall and also give you a little bit more height here. So this is really easy to do. And we want to remind you that we're going to be having a holiday inspiration on a budget event here at Extension, and we would love to invite you to come out to that. That's going to be November 4th from 10 a.m. until 12 noon. We'll be showing you exactly how we made some of these dishes, and we'll also go through that in detail. We'll have food here for you to eat. It'll be a fee of $10, but you will also, with that, get to take home some ornaments. You get to eat really good food. So if you want to attend that, please call our office anytime prior to November 4th. And we will have a set number of people that we can accept. So if you're really interested, go ahead and call us now and get registered for that. And we hope to see you there. So if you have any questions about anything that we've actually done here today, don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Extension office. And once again, I'm a person that I really don't use a lot of recipes, which makes it difficult for me because most of these are not recipes. I just actually did it. The sweet potatoes, I really didn't go into many details about exactly what we did, but we basically just added the sweetened condensed milk. We didn't cook this off in the oven. We didn't add any eggs to it. It's basically your sweet potatoes cooked and put into these graham cracker crusts, and that's about it. And also, we just added a few pieces of candy here just as an extra little treat there, just in a white bowl. And that's just something extra. So think about when you're preparing for the holidays, how to go about doing this and not drive yourself crazy, not tire yourself out, and not have and you don't want to be working days and days on end. Once again, less than 2 hours, I was able to get myself ready, dress up. And a lot of times when we're entertaining people, we're not able to do that. We're rushing around. But this meal allows you to do exactly what you want to do, get yourself ready, and then receive your guests and entertain your guests as well. So this is our holiday inspirations on a budget, and I hope you've enjoyed that. And once again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to call us here at Extension. So when we come back after the break, Miss Leah Rose Wilson will be here, and she will be showing you how to do crafts on a budget. Thank you.
2 outs with a runner on first base. Now the big guy comes out to bat, hitting .342 with 92 RBIs and 36 home runs. First pitch is fouled between back.
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Do your part. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank today.
Welcome back. I'm going to talk a little bit about the crafting part of our segment. When we do our program, we always have a cooking demonstration, and then we also do the crafting part. That's my thing. That's the fun part. in this program, we're going to do about 5 different types of ornaments. But I'm also going to show you other things you can do to decorate on a budget as well. But these can be done in less than about 10 minutes each. For the first one we're going to do is just glitter and floor shine. Yeah, that's an odd combination, but we still do. It's really easy to do. So what we do is we take a clear ornament, and I usually purchase my ornaments at the Dollar Tree because at the Dollar Tree you can get different sizes. And I really like these large ones because they're easier to work with, but we're going to use this one. We're going to make hot chocolate in it during the program. But today I'm going to demonstrate how to do the glitter and the floor wax. So first thing you want to do is you want to first take some alcohol, and I've already pre-done this, and clean the outside. Because if you clean the outside, if you want to embellish it, then it will stick to it. But if you don't clean it, it may not stick. So I already cleaned the outside, and then I take a little bit of floor shine. It could be Mop and Glow or whatever brand you have at home. You just take just a little bit, and about that much, and I use my thumb. Put your thumb over it. Oops, anyway, that can happen. And you want to coat it really good, because that's what's going to make the glitter stick. You take and you pour it back. Still can use it for the floor if you need to. We only used a little bit. Wipe this off. And then you want to take some glitter. Let's see what glitter we're going to use today. I'm going to use my favorite color, which is blue. Sit it right there. And then we're going to take a little bit of glitter, and this can be kind of messy, so you want to do it over something. Take the glitter and you just shake it. You just shake it. And you shake it. And if you keep shaking it and shaking it until you get it the color that you want. I like to leave a little bit in the bottom. I like the way it looks when it's on the bottom like this. But normally, if you want it full, like this one, you want to just keep shaking it, and you can keep adding more glitter to it. And I'll add just a tiny bit more. Okay. And then shake it. Trying to fill up all the empty spots. If you hold it up to the light, you can see, where your empty spots are. Okay? And once you're done with that, you just put the top back on it. And it's pretty much ready to go. Now, sometimes you can overdo it and put too much in it, and then you have to let it drain for a long time. But most of the time, you can just leave it like this. I'll just sit it right here. And then if I decide I want to embellish it, like I did this one, I think I have love on this one, and I have peace on this one. So what I did was I took letters that I get from the craft store, like these. You have all the alphabets. They come in different colors, different sizes. And I took a few of them, and I took and applied them to a piece of cardboard in order, just like I wanted it. And then I got some contact paper, which is what you see on top. I laid the contact paper on top of it. And then that way, when I peel it off, I hope it works for me while I'm standing here because I'm not looking at it. When I peel it off, the words come off completely. And then I can take them and put it right on top of my ornament, just like I like it, and wherever you want it, and take the paper off. And then you just rub it. And you'll just keep rubbing it and rubbing it. It takes a little bit of time to burnish it in. Just keep burnishing it. And I try to go through each letter. And even if it doesn't stick the first time, it doesn't matter. You can just keep going and and you'll just keep peeling it up until it actually sticks down to it. This one's going to be ugly, but that's okay. We're going to just leave it like that. But normally when you pull it up, it looks like this one. It's just like that one. And then if I want to embellish it even more, I can take some ribbon, whatever color you like, take the ribbon and tie it through here. I'll just fake it right now so because just so it'll look sort of like, you know, you can just tie it through this way. And you can put the person's name on it. You can add some initials, like get the big bling letters and just put the initials on it. You can put first birthday, whatever you want to do to make it personal. And give them as gifts. You can put it in a little, you get these little box at the Dollar Tree, and you can just put it in a little box and then give it as a baby's first. So every year you can do a different one for your baby. And because they're so large, you can also add little ornaments to them. Things like these little red balls, you can stuff them inside, and you can, all kinds of little trinkets can go inside of them. That's just a little added to it. And then, okay, let's say I wanted to add this, make this one look a little bit more festive, just like I did this. This is Epsom salts and Mod Podge. So I'm going to show you how to just add a little bit more to it. Just take a little cup and I pour a little bit of Mod Podge in it. And I love Mod Podge because it really works for everything. And it's a nice thick sealer also. So if I wanted to, and I wanted to make it look like snow on my ornament, I just add, I like to put it on pretty thick because you want it to adhere. So you want to put it on rather thick. And then I put Epsom salts in a little cup. I didn't bring the whole bottle. I left that at home. And then you just sprinkle it, and you just keep adding as much as you like all the way around. And it's a little messy, but it's very pretty at the end. Just add a little bit more Epsom salts. And then once you let it set, like I use these little cups to let mine dry and let it sit on the cup. And once it completely dries, and then I'll go back and use more Mod Podge to seal it. Now, another good idea is to take Epsom salts and mix it with clear glitter. And that's what I did to give it the sparkle, to make it sparkle like it does. And then still sprinkle it on, and you'll still get that same effect, but it'll be real glassy. So you can go up and down, you can do it however you want, and you can put Merry Christmas across or whatever you want up here. Leave the room for your words to go at the top. That's that one. And like I said, we're going to do about 5 or maybe 6 different ornaments on the day of the program, and you'll be able to make 2 of them and take them home. So the other 2 I will talk about at least, is this one. Now this is one of my favorites. This is alcohol inks. Alcohol inks are very easy to work with. Now the way I made this one was I took a clear ball just like this one, and I opened it up and I poured white paint inside. And you fill it up with white paint completely, and you shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, until the paint is completely filled up inside. Turn it upside down, sit it on a cup, and just let it completely drain. Now, once it completely dries out, I go away and do something else and then come back. And then once I think it's dried enough, because it won't completely dry, it'll be white. And that's when you'll come back with your alcohol inks, which are these. And they're kind of expensive. 3 of those are like $11. So they are expensive. But the thing is, you don't need very many of them, very much of it. So I have a little sponge like this. And you can leave them clear. You don't have to paint it. And all I do is take a little bit of, just a dot here. And like I said, they're expensive, so you don't, but they're go a long, long, long way. And with alcohol inks, will stain your tables, it will stain anything, except for your hands. It washes off your hands. But it dries quickly because it is alcohol. And then I would take one of these and just take this little dabber, and I could dab it, and if it was white, the color would show up just like it did on that one. And then you can just dab it all over it. It's very easy, very quickly, and pick the colors you like. And there are places online where you can make your own alcohol inks, I just as well get a coupon and go buy some. But as you can see, if I take my time, stick my finger in the hole, and keep dabbing, and then I can add other colors to it. And once the light hits it, it will have a glass, stained glass effect. That's just one of the other ways to do it. And you see how quickly this goes. And you see I just used just a little bit, but yet and still, I'm still dabbing. So you just keep dabbing it, and then, like I said, once you get it to the color you like, then you just sit it, let it completely dry, and then once it dries, I still take the sealer and go back over it because it dries clear, and it protects it. So, and if I wanted to add letters, I could put my letters on it or whatever it is I want to add to it. That's just 2 of them. And then the other one is very simple, pretty much the same process I did with this one, but I just use basic acrylic paints. I just pick three different colors, and I use my little dabber, just like this. Just change these out. And you can make this with a piece of wood, or you can just make some little felt pieces like I did with this, and just stick it on with some homemade Velcro stuck to it. And you do the same thing. You put your 3 colors on your little dabber, and you just do the same thing. You just dab the acrylic paint on it until you get the color that you want. If you want it richer, just keep going. Okay. And the last one was this one. This one I want you to see because it only has paint in the bottom. So I just took the paint and I poured the acrylic paint in the bottom, and I swished it around just enough to make it go up and down. I added the word peace, and then I took some clear glitter, and I sprinkled it inside and swished it around, and then it gave this glass effect. I just didn't put the top back on it, but they stay pretty good. But if you want to make sure these letters stay on permanently, you want to add a little bit of Mod Podge to it, and that'll protect your letters and keep them coming off. And at the end of the season, I like to wrap them up in tissue paper and put them in a box. So, and then always, like I say, always embellish them, add some ribbon to the top if you want to, or whatever it is you like. Glitter comes in all different colors now, they're all different sizes. I prefer the fine glitter because it coats better, like I use with this one. I use fine glitter. And I took some glitter and I mixed up my colors in a little sandwich bag, and that way, this particular one looks kind of purplish, but it's really red, white, and blue, red, silver, and blue. And I just mix them up, and then when I put them inside and just sprinkled it around, I get a mixture of color. And that's a good way if you want to do a theme tree and you want certain colors, you can do it that way. And that's just a few of what we're going to do. We're going to take some different things, and we're going to teach you how to demonstrate on a budget. And we're going to talk about our tree limb. I just took a plain tree limb, spray painted it white, went to the Dollar Tree and got some birds, and you can wrap the lights around it and hang it over your dining room table, over your right over the lighting over the table. Very simple. So we're going to do a lot of different things at our program. So we hope you'll come out. We hope you'll join us. We have lots of fun. We interact. So like this year, we're going to do make and take. So you will be making 2 of these ornaments to take home with you. So I hope to see you soon. It's November 4th from 10 to 12. It's on a Saturday morning. So get up, get your coffee, come on in, and enjoy the rest of your day with us. Thank you.